Fans believe that Megan Walsh's future on Coronation Street may have already been hinted at before the upcoming shocking murder storyline. The character is currently involved in a disturbing plot where she has been manipulating and grooming one of her teenage students. So far, only Sam Blakeman has realized that his friend Will Driscoll is caught in an inappropriate and troubling relationship with the coach Megan. However, the truth is expected to come out soon, as the Driscoll family begin to uncover the abuse and learn that Will has been groomed. This dramatic revelation comes shortly before a major murder takes place on the cobbles, with Megan listed as one of 5 possible victims. Some viewers now believe a recent trailer showing Megan's downfall could reveal whether she survives or becomes the victim. Opinions among fans are divided. While some viewers feel it is obvious that Megan will be the one who dies, others argue that it might be too soon in the storyline for her to be killed off. One fan wrote online, "Is it too predictable to think she will end up being the one in the body bag?" Another viewer commented that they believe Carl could actually be the one who dies. They also suggested that Megan and Theo might instead end up going to prison and disappear from the show for good. The same fan added that Jodie's storyline might continue until later in the year before she leaves to seek help for her mental health, while Maggie could remain on the street for longer. They also speculated that Ben might eventually die from a heart attack, which could lead to Maggie leaving. Another comment from a fan said they would love to see Leanne and Eva confront Megan while Swain arrives to arrest her. Someone else pointed out that if Megan is one of the 5 characters who could die, it would seem strange for her crimes to be revealed so quickly. Other viewers think the storyline could still lead to Megan being killed. One fan suggested that if Will refuses to testify against her, Megan might avoid being charged, which could result in someone seeking their own version of justice and targeting her. Another fan agreed with that idea and wondered who might be responsible, suggesting that Maggie could be capable of it since she has been portrayed as extremely protective of her family and willing to do anything for them. A final fan insisted that Megan must be the mystery victim, predicting that Maggie will ultimately be the one responsible for the deadly act. Coronation Street viewers were stunned when it was revealed that troubled electrician Mal Roper had been brutally attacked and left in a critical condition, with Kit later exposed as the person responsible. At first, the main suspect seemed to be Kit's mother, Bernie Winter, and she could hardly blame people for thinking she was involved. Bernie first crossed paths with Mal during a night out when she was drinking heavily while mourning the death of Billy Mayhew. Mal quickly took a liking to her and made it clear that he was interested. Although Bernie refused to betray her loyal partner Dev Alahan, she did end up taking drugs with Mal during the wild night. The following morning, she woke up feeling dreadful with a terrible hangover and promised herself she would stay far away from him. However, her plans quickly fell apart when Mal unexpectedly appeared at her home. From that moment on, the unstable electrician refused to leave her alone and even managed to get a job fixing Roy Cropper's faulty wiring, giving him another reason to stay nearby. As Mal's behavior became increasingly intense, Bernie grew more and more uneasy about the danger he posed to her relationship. Terrified by his persistence, Bernie tried to drive Mal away and even threatened him, warning that she could kill him if he did not stop bothering her. Mal simply laughed at her warning and insisted that he was not going anywhere. Not long after, Mal was rushed to hospital in a life-threatening condition. Earlier that same day, Bernie had confided in Kit, explaining that the electrician had been making her life unbearable. Shocked by what he heard, Kit decided to confront Mal and give him a serious warning. While the confrontation did not appear overly violent, Mal ended up suffering a heart attack during the incident. After being questioned by police at the station, Bernie was eventually released. Soon afterwards, she forced the truth out of Kit about what had really happened. Although she was furious at first, she eventually chose to forgive him and revealed that she planned to go on holiday to Tenerife with Dev, telling Kit to behave himself while she was away. But keeping out of trouble may prove impossible once Mal wakes up. In upcoming Coronation Street episodes, Kit becomes extremely anxious after hearing that Mal has regained consciousness in hospital. When Lisa Swain questions Kit about the assault on Mal Roper, he refuses to reveal anything. However, when Lisa mentions that a witness has come forward, Kit finds it difficult to hide his growing nerves. Later on, Kit confronts the witness Barry outside the police station. Barry instantly recognizes him as the man who attacked Mal Roper. The question now is whether Barry will reveal the truth. Things only become more complicated when Lisa confirms that Mal is now awake. Worried about what might happen next, Kit goes to visit Mal in hospital and cautiously asks him about the incident. The big question is whether Mal remembers the attack and if he will expose Kit, potentially putting him in serious legal trouble. So heartbreaking, Jude Riordan devastated after tragic family loss. Jude's character on screen is currently facing a tense conflict with the dangerous Megan Walsh, whose disturbing actions toward the young boy have pushed him toward using drugs as a coping mechanism. Away from the cameras, however, the actor is dealing with personal sadness after the passing of Ruby, the family's King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, who had been with them since Jude was very young. Sharing the news with followers on Instagram, Jude posted a collection of touching photos showing special moments he shared with Ruby over the years. In the caption, he wrote that he never imagined he would have to say goodbye to her so soon. He explained that although Ruby had reached the final stage of her life, the loss still came as a shock. He revealed that the family had to say their farewell the previous day, and that he stayed by her side, holding her small face until the very end. Jude described how losing a beloved dog is incredibly painful, calling Ruby a gentle and loving companion who will always remain in their hearts. He added that he hopes she is now free from pain, running happily once again. Several actors from the soap world quickly shared supportive messages. Isabel Smith wrote that she was deeply sorry for his loss and sent love, while Alex Fletcher also expressed sympathy and warm wishes. Jude's Coronation Street co-star Kate Fitton sent him kind words and support, while Beth Nixon commented that it was clear Ruby had lived a wonderful life, judging by the photos, and offered love to Jude and his family. Former co-star Isabella Flanagan also expressed sympathy and hoped the family were coping, while Rachel Leskovac added a caring message filled with love and hugs. Fans joined the conversation with their own messages of comfort. One follower said saying goodbye to a dog can be incredibly painful because pets become true members of the family, especially when children grow up alongside them, leaving a huge gap in their hearts. They encouraged Jude to remember the happy memories and joyful moments Ruby brought. Another supporter shared that they recently lost their own 14-year-old dog and understood the heartbreak, explaining that sometimes they still momentarily forget the dog is gone. They also sent their condolences and love to Jude and his family. Meanwhile, on Coronation Street, Sam continues to struggle after discovering the disturbing truth about Megan's abusive behavior toward Will Driscoll. Determined to help his friend, Sam has tried everything possible to force Will to face reality and escape from her control, even standing up to Megan directly. In response, Megan has turned her attention towards Sam, trying to ruin his school performance and even twisting his attempt to record proof of her abuse into something sinister by threatening to accuse him of spying inappropriately. Overwhelmed by the psychological pressure from an adult manipulating the situation, Sam has started secretly taking Ritalin in an effort to improve his academic results. However, his stepmother, Leanne Battersby, has begun to suspect something is wrong and is determined to find out what has been troubling him. Sam may ultimately become the key witness who exposes Megan's crimes to everyone, but the question remains whether Megan will come up with one final scheme in an attempt to silence him before the truth is revealed. Coronation Street airs on weekday evenings at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.